We completed restoring your early 1970s Nishijin Model A Pachinko machine. This quick start guide will show you how to set it up and play. Now we've shipped it with your original plexiglass in here. You said you're going to replace this with real glass, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You want to turn your machine, and then right here on this side there is a metal loop. It's a wire that has a loop in it. You can just stick your finger inside that loop or below the loop and lift up. And when you do, it'll pop open your playfield chrome tray that has your plexiglass in it. You've got to swing the door all the way open, and then you can grab it at the top and pull it all the way out of the track. When you get your real glass, so you can take this sheet, go to a glass shop, have them cut one for you. It's 16 by 18 inches. And there's two tracks in the door, so you'll take your real glass and you want to put it in the track closest to the playfield, so in the back track. If you want to, you can put a piece of plastic in the front track if you're worried about someone throwing something and breaking the real glass. Then once you put it back in and you close the door, you want to bring it closed, and then there's two latches, so you want to squeeze it tight so that it locks those latches. Okay, this white part here, there's a rod attached to it. You should be able to move it a little bit like that. There is a metal tab back behind here. It should not be flipped over, but if it's flipped over on top of it, you just have to flip it back so that it's not on top of it. Over here there's another wire loop, and it is a shut-off valve. It's a drain valve to drain the balls out of the machine. Down to drain, up to shut. So make sure that's shut. This little white cover here, if you just pull down this metal tab, it'll latch that cover closed. This one swings open here to reveal the two tracks in case you get something caught in the tracks and the balls aren't rolling through. You can release it with this little bitty paper clip looking wire. You pull down on it and it'll swing open. So we'll just push that closed. Then we have the battery here. When we connect the battery, I'm just going to touch it. Light will come on here, and the light will come on here. Next, and this is the most important issue with Pachinko machines, is behind this brown tray you see a little white round hump. There's a white part there. It has two Pachinko balls in it that pivot up and down, because this is on a seesaw. We call this the one ball seesaw, and it pivots up and down. Right now the right side is in the down position, so this is the wrong position. Your machine won't pay out any balls. It'll jam up, so you got to pivot it to the correct position. And the way you do that is you just stick your finger here and you push down on the left side, and that pivots it up. It also turns off the light in the middle of the machine. Down below the tray there are some levers, and this seesaw is attached to those levers, so you can see them pivoting as well. There's this white arm here. It's kind of like an L, and sometimes when there's no balls in the machine, it actually blocks that part from pivoting, so it kind of sticks. So you might have to actually pull that L out of the way so you can pivot your seesaw into the correct position, and then just let go of the L. Now we're ready to load the machine with balls. We'll put some up here in the top supply tray or hopper, and when we do, it'll turn out this light here. As this arm pivots down, it'll activate this switch, turning that light off. Then the balls will roll down the chute, enter into your recycler tray here, roll across and into the jackpot seesaw. Okay, there are levers all under this recycler tray, and once there's enough balls in this tray, it moves the levers and it shuts off this white part here. So we got plenty of balls up here, and as you're playing and get jackpots, you'll hear balls come from here down into this tray. Usually I go ahead and like to put a few extra balls in that tray. then you'll want to take your bucket and set it at the bottom, down here where it says place bucket here. What that's for, it's to catch balls when you empty the machine, or if your recycler tray gets too full, balls will back up to it, go into an overflow chute, and drop down into this bucket. Now we'll add some balls to the play tray. Now to play Pachinko, you have a chrome post here called the finger rest bar. Just rest your index finger up against it. Take your thumb, put it on top of this chrome curved flipper. And then what you'll do is you'll pull that flipper all the way down with your thumb, and then you'll quickly slide your thumb off the flipper. And when you do, the flipper will pop back up because of a spring, and that spring will pull it up, and then it'll launch a ball up the lane and out onto the play field. Now the very first time you load the machine, it won't shoot anything because it's actually loading a ball into the shooter lane. So nothing happened. So with my next shot, it'll launch. Let me zoom out for that. Okay, a ball launched, it hit the rebound bumper, and then it bounced, and then it came down this side, went past the nails, spun against the spinners, and then entered this tulip. Now this tulip was closed, it was open, so when a ball goes in, it closes. These other tulips, they're currently open, so if a ball goes in, they'll close as well, and if it's closed and a ball goes in, they open. Okay. Depending on how far down you pull the flipper, that's how much pressure you'll have to launch the ball. So if you wanted to get it to drop over here, you just experiment with pulling it a little bit. And by using a little skill, we were able to angle it to get it to aim for this tulip. Now we'll just play Pachinko. Let's take a look at some of the stuff close up. So, this top pocket here, it's got a left, a right, and a center. So if you get one to go in the left, it'll open up your left tulip, I believe, maybe even this one. Let's drop one in. Exactly, it opened up both of those. You have a right one. If you drop it in the right, it'll open up these two as well. Now, the center here, right now it has two flippers that are curved down, so as the ball goes through here, it'll hit and roll out. But if you get one to go right through the top pocket, it'll go straight down, enter in here, and it'll lift up these two wings, and it'll also open this if it's already closed. So watch this. Now, with these two open, you'll actually get a ball to go in there and get a jackpot, and it'll also open this one if it's closed. Doesn't matter which side, left or right, it's the same thing. So it closes this and opens that back up. These two are fixed pockets, so they don't open anything, and no matter which one of these you get the ball to go into, it's the same exact jackpot, you get the same payout. The only difference is whether it opens up tulips or not. Now we've won a lot of jackpots, and our tray is filling up here. Also, when this tray fills up, balls will roll down into your bottom tray. If you ever have the light in the top left of your machine come on, that means you need to fill balls in the top supply tray and back. Or there's a little sign that'll drop down into this window. And when that sign drops down, you'll only have a couple more shots, and then you won't be able to shoot anymore. And so if you're trying to shoot, you got plenty of balls, and it's not shooting, and that sign is down, it means you need to fill that tray and back. So the way to get the balls out of this tray is you just push this white lever over to the left, and when you do, the balls will flow from here into here. If you have a lot of balls, they may jam up, so you may have to take your finger in here and push the balls to loosen them. Nothing's happening. And then once you get all the balls out of here, you can scoop them into a bucket and then fill up the back. Okay, let's say for whatever reason, maybe someone put something in this tray that they shouldn't have, different sized marbles, carpet fuzz, and things are jamming up inside back here and nothing's happening. Let me show you how to open this. First, you'll want to open the playfield door the same way you did to replace the glass. I'll swing that door all the way open. Then inside, right here on the left, there is a metal lever. You're just going to push straight down on that lever, and when you do, you can swing this door open by grabbing the play tray. Push down, and then I can swing that door all the way open. Now with that door open, I've got access to the shooter lane right here, and you can see there's a ball right there. So you can just reach in and grab it out. If there was something here that shouldn't be, you can grab that out as well. Now on the back of the door is what's called the shooter assembly. And it's all right here. It's what feeds balls into the shooter lane. So as you pull down on the flipper, let me zoom in on this. As you pull down on the flipper, behind the machine, there's a metal wire that's going to push a plastic part. And so you can see this plastic part. I'm moving it with my finger now. So there's a plastic arm here. That's going to pivot down. And what that does is when that pivots down, there's a plastic rod right here. It pushes that rod down. When it pushes that rod down, it gets the ball ready to load in the shooter lane, and as it pops up, it puts it in the lane. So I'm going to just pull down on this plastic, and as I let go, it's going to pop out a ball. That ball would have popped into the shooter lane. So to get the balls out of here, and this is usually where you have the carpet fuzz and stuff, you just keep pulling down that arm. Until you get all the balls out. There's still one stuck in there because of the angle of the machine. Alright, got that out. Okay, now what you could do is there's a couple tabs on the back of this assembly. You could pinch those tabs and then pull it open. So I'm going to pinch these two tabs, swing that door open, then I could get inside of here, clean out anything I needed to. And when to close it, you're just going to push it till it snaps. And what you need to watch is when you shut this door, this post here needs to go under that plastic part there. So just close the door and look and watch and make sure that it's doing that. If not, you might have to reach back behind the machine and make sure that this plastic part is moved up high enough so that post goes underneath. And so I'm going to pull the door closed. I'm looking. Everything looks fine. And as it's almost closed, I'm just picking up on the door just a little bit and maybe pushing down the latch so that that locks. And then you shut your playfield door. That's how you empty out the front of the machine. Let me show you how to empty out the back of the machine. So we'll push down on this drain lever, and when we do, the balls that are here will roll out and roll into here. Also, any balls up here will roll down as well. Okay, the light came on. That's a good reminder that you want to make sure you disconnect the battery so you don't drain the battery. Also, I usually like to tap the machine, make sure that all the balls are out. Go ahead and shut it. And now we've got all the balls out of the machine, because you never want to store your machine or lay it down with balls in it. Okay, that concludes this quick start guide. We sure hope you enjoy your machine.